It's Luke and Naomi.
Welcome to episode 92. We are pushing 100 real fast and running out of time to make any big plans.
That's right. We better figure out what the heck we want to do.
I mean, do we have to? We should celebrate. I feel like,
Yes.
You do celebrate one. And does anybody care? Are we the only ones out there? It's just like,
No,
okay.
somebody's got to care that it's going to be 100.
Hey,
that's
we keep
cool.
doing this. All right.
Somebody keeps listening. Otherwise, we wouldn't keep doing this.
That is correct. That is correct. So thank you to everybody who is listening for joining us for episode 92. Luke and Naomi on air featuring Naomi's Under a Rock reviews. I'm Luke Austin. That is Naomi Lynn.
Hi.
She hasn't seen any of the movies. I've seen lots and lots of movies.
You've seen them all.
So she's watched a movie. If you've seen it, relive your first watch through Naomi's eyes. If you've never seen it either, should you watch it?
I'll let you know.
And a lot of times Naomi will get hollering and
Sometimes.
yelling at characters in movies
Not a
and stuff
lot
like
of
that.
times.
So that's a lot of fun too.
Yeah.
I enjoy it.
Sometimes, main characters are, put on this pedestal that they're just so great. And they do some bad things.
I do want to say that we did get a comment from somebody who listened, said, check out the CGI Tinkerbell stuff because then she's not as much of a dick, apparently.
Okay. All right.
So
We'll see.
And I mean, Julia Roberts wasn't too bad in Hook,
No,
right?
she wasn't bad at all.
Little bit of
But the
redemption.
cartoon version of Peter Pan, Tinkerbell is just a brat.
In
beyond
1953,
belief.
yeah, that was.
She tried to kill the children. If you don't believe me, rewatch that movie.
Yeah, it's on Disney Plus. That's where we saw it. So, straight up, right there. There you go. Anyway, we've got a good one coming up today. I'm very excited. We got Austin Powers, the spy who shagged me, on deck here.
That's right.
We're gonna get to that with. I'm trying to force the Austin Powers on Naomi. I mean,
You are.
They were right in my wheelhouse. I was a teenager when they all came out, and I absolutely love them and have so much fun watching them. I've been quoting them my whole life. And
Oh, yeah. Yep. And I'm slowly realizing that as we watch these movies, and all of a sudden they say something, and I just look at Luke like, oh my gosh.
That's
You've
where
been
this is
saying
from?
that since the day I met you.
I have. Austin Powers especially.
Horrible.
Wait till we get to Gold Member because
I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to make it.
we'll find out if Naomi liked it or what, which, yeesh, we'll see. That doesn't bode too well for me right there, just how we started. So anyway,
Yeah.
that's coming up in just a little bit. The NFL season's going on. I've got nothing to talk about except for the stadium food.
Okay.
I mean, we don't really have much going on. Haven't done much this week.
No, we haven't done anything.
Watched our movie on Sunday.
Yep.
Right in the middle of, right after the first quarter ended of the Cowboys game. So that's, like I said, nothing really going on
You don't
there.
want to dive into that?
No, everybody else is doing that for me. It's
Okay.
fine.
All right.
I know. I think we all know. at
We
this
all
point.
know what happened.
But found something fun to talk about with football.
Okay.
And there's some stadium foods now that are apparently these big production. I can't imagine what these things cost, first of all, because of stadium food and pricing and things like that.
I get making a production, though, because when you go to a game, it is an event. First of all, you're paying way too much for tickets and all of that and parking and whatever, drinks and honestly the food and whatnot. So, of course, you got to make it a big deal. Because there's a lot of time when you go to a football game or you go to a concert or whatever, you go to the venue, but you're not just there for the main event.
Right.
Like you spend your whole day there. Maybe not so much for a concert, but quite a few hours.
And if you're not tailgating, then you're not fed.
Right.
And whether you want to eat at the game or not, chances are you're going to be hungry at some point. I mean, you stand in line for a half an hour to get in anyway.
Right.
So
And then a
that's-
half hour to go to the bathroom, and you might as well wait a half hour to get some food too, and then get something crazy to eat so that it's not just like one hot dog and you're done. You got to get back in line.
But it's been a while since I've been to an NFL game, and that's completely on purpose because I'm just, the best seat in the house is right on my couch. My grandfather said it, my dad said it, now I say it. So there
It
you
makes
go.
sense.
But I didn't realize they were doing these. So I got a couple of examples of like these crazy, it's state fair food.
Okay.
The Great New York State Fair, with the crazy stuff you would find there. And I
Yeah.
can't even remember the donut burger and There was even crazier concoctions and stuff like that. But the Cowboys might be the only thing going for them this year, the pizza burger.
A pizza burger. Okay.
So it's a 16-ounce Angus burger. Sounds delicious, right?
Yeah.
The bun is 2 pepperoni pizzas.
Perfect.
I feel like we've seen that as a joke on Parks and Recreation or something like that.
Yeah, it was a burger and the buns were pizza.
Yeah, that is, okay.
Yeah, it
that's
is the
exactly
joke.
where that's from.
Yep.
Okay, well, wonderful. Good on
They
the Cowboys.
heard
I love
that
Parks
and they were
Rec.
like, you know what? Let's do it.
Yeah, so
let's make it a thing.
I can't imagine what they're charging for these things, though.
Oh,
It's not like it comes with the ticket.
$30, $35 for
It's
this
gotta
burger.
be, right?
Yeah.
It's got to be. The cotton candy burrito you can get in Arizona at a Cardinals game.
Ooh, that sounds yummy.
So I've been to a Cardinals game, and I mean, I had a couple of beers, and that's about all I was budgeted for, so I wasn't even looking at the food, but I don't think they had anything like this when I was there.
Well, times have changed.
Ice cream, Fruity Pebbles, Skittles, M&Ms, gummy bears, and wrapped in cotton candy.
Okay, I don't want that anymore. Like, that's just no. Nope.
Okay, so ice cream.
But you can't put the M&Ms with it.
I would
M&Ms and Skittles, you don't eat those two
Right.
things at the same time.
Yeah, what the hell? I would say ice cream, Fruity Pebbles, and M&Ms. I think you could do that.
Sure.
You know,
I still don't want the chocolate with the fruit.
good point. Well, whatever.
I just don't
Splitting
want it.
hairs
Okay,
now,
I
think,
just
but-
don't want it.
Yeah, no, it's like, you can hear Wilford Brimley saying diabetes as you're eating.
Yes.
Every bite, you know what I mean? So crazy. The Eagles have a cannoli nacho plate,
Ooh.
chocolate with ricotta, which I'm out. I hate ricotta cheese.
Yeah.
Strawberries, pistachio dust, and caramel.
I'd give that one a try.
It's kind of disgusting sweet. Like, it sounds like my teeth hurt.
Oh. I'll deal with the rotting teeth. It's fine.
Teeth hurting. All right.
Yeah.
The Baltimore Ravens have a tailgater burger, which sounds really good. It's a soft pretzel roll, sold.
Yep.
Bacon cheeseburger, kielbasa, onion rings, 2 chicken wings, which is like you just take those off and eat them separately.
Yeah, you're going to have to.
And it's all topped with crab dip.
Oh, nice.
I mean, you had me at pretzel roll bacon cheeseburger, then you had me at kielbasa, then you had me at onion rings. I'll eat the chicken wings separately.
There you go.
Crab dip.
Yep.
Wow, that sounds
That's
awesome.
the best one so far.
I think it is the best one overall because the only one left we have here, I don't feel like looking up the rest. The Chicago Bears have the Odunze dog. It's named after their rookie. And it's a jalapeno cheddar dog with Italian beef. That does sound really good.
Yeah.
Peppers, onions, cheddar cheese, and a secret sauce.
That sounds good too. But I think the fully loaded burger that will probably give you a heart attack sounds like the best.
Yeah.
I'm here for that one.
With the kielbasa.
Yeah, why not?
What the hell? Throw a chicken wing on there too because we got to slow people down.
Wait, isn't
You're
it
eating that too fast.
Didn't you say that's at the Eagles or
No,
Baltimore?
That's Baltimore.
Baltimore.
Yeah.
It's cold up there. You need that food to like keep you
There
warm
you
while
go.
you're watching the game.
That's right.
Fuel you up and
I'll
all
take
that.
it. That's an excuse.
Yeah.
But I mean, people are eating this.
Yeah. Well, if I'm going to spend $40 on this burger, yes, I'm going to eat it.
I mean, people are making the decision to spend it. It's just that's.
I would
wow.
make the decision to spend the $40 on it. I'm just saying.
I want to see the pizza burger because how do you do this? Are the pizzas face in, so you're holding it by crust?
That would make the most sense,
It would,
but
right?
honestly, in my head, I picture it the other way.
That's how I picture it. That's why I asked the question. So
Just
perfect.
Google
Okay.
it. And
Yeah,
look
I'm
up
gonna-
a picture of
I
it.
am gonna have to because it's just it. No, they're stacked. The pizza burger is stacked. So pizza, then burger ingredients, and then pizza on top with the pepperoni face up and the cheese.
Okay.
No, that's not that. You don't.
So
do
we
that.
were both wrong.
Oh my! You can't. The tailgater burger. If they do put the chicken wings. That's the one with the chicken wings, by the way. They do put the chicken wings on top of the bun.
So you can take them off easily.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that looks impossible to eat. Now the cotton candy burrito. Oh my God! I don't want to look at this.
All right.
I look at that. That looks scary as hell, doesn't it?
I take back what I said earlier.
Now you want it?
I'll give it a shot. Yeah.
It's terrifying.
Yeah.
It looked at first to me, especially with the little pedestal.
You know you're
it's
going to
on.
have to put the picture here so everybody
I
knows
will,
exactly
yes,
what
yes.
we're
so
talking
if you're
about.
not
Okay.
if you're not listening on YouTube, you're doing
Sorry.
it wrong, I guess. But
Google it.
when I opened this, I thought it was a bad AI rendering. You know how they
No.
show the humans with the faces all melted and weird?
I didn't think that at all. It looks good.
Yeah, so
I'll give it a shot.
uh,
That one, though, I think someone would have to buy for me. The burger, I'll buy myself. That's fine.
yeah, for sure. I could buy the burger, but then the other one is just like, oh, you got that?
Can I have a bite?
Did you get an extra fork? Because that's you're correct. I'm with you there. All right, that again, the only thing Dallas has got going on, pizza burger.
There you go.
So, Toy Hall of Fame time. If you don't know, if you've been following us for a long time, I try to find these every single year. The Strong Museum of Play in Rochester, New York, has the Toy Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
And they do a Hall of Fame induction ceremony every single year.
Yeah, I was just listening to our podcast from 2022
Oh, really?
when The Top was nominated in there.
Yeah, The Top.
I believe Bingo was on that one as well. A couple other ones, but I was just shocked that The Top was not a part of the Hall of Fame already.
Well, one of the fascinating things about the Toy Hall of Fame and the inductions and why I like checking it out is because, you think of like your favorite toys and all that stuff, but they're actually going full Hall of Fame, and they only do a couple a year, and there's a bunch of stuff that hasn't gotten in, so you get, newer toys, The Top.
Yeah.
So this year's finalists have been revealed, the 12 finalists for 2024, and pretty good, but also a little suspect. I feel like there's some padding so they can get some of the old guys in.
I
You
can
know
see
what I
that
mean?
happening, sure.
So the finalists this year, Apples to Apples.
Okay.
I'm like, that's an okay game, but is it a Hall of Famer?
No,
I don't
absolutely
think so.
not.
Sequence.
No.
What the hell is Sequence?
I don't know. I can picture the box in my head.
It is
I
a
know
board
we
game,
had
right?
it. Yeah.
Is it like Minesweeper? Nobody knows.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah. The card game Phase 10.
Okay.
Did you play that? I don't think I ever played
so.
Phase 10.
I feel like Phase 10 was nominated a couple years ago, too. It
It does
didn't
sound
make it
familiar.
in. Yeah.
Okay. Phase 10. What the hell? The Pokemon trading card game, like just Pokemon cards.
I feel like that's, yes, because, I mean, when that hit,
Popularity counts.
when it first hit and everybody went absolutely nuts for that, absolutely. And then they got Pokemon Go and, like, the whole world stopped for 6 months.
Wow, that was crazy, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yes.
So yeah, Pokemon. What was next? Choose your own adventure game books. I feel like that's a perennial nominee as well.
Yeah. I
Choose
just think
your
it's
own-
dumb.
It was sort of the first, interactive, not interactive, first interactive toy, but it was up there as far as, pretty neat.
Yeah. I was going to say I'm not dogging it, but yeah, I totally am.
Yeah,
like,
you are.
nah.
All right,
It doesn't belong in the Hall of
I'm an
Fame.
apologist for choose your own adventure books. All right, fine. I'm okay if it doesn't get in. Hess trucks.
Okay, yeah.
The Hess truck's here, and it's something about Christmas. Christmas, Christmas, the Hess truck's back.
There you go. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah.
You know the song. I hope I got that stuck in everybody's head, by the way. My Little Pony, also a nominee.
That's a surprising one that it's not already there.
And then I love this juxtaposition. Remote-controlled vehicles and the stick horse, the hobby horse. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
The horse head on the stick. Did you know? And I
I'm
heard
at
this.
a loss for words for that one.
That's, yeah, Toy Hall of Fame. Did you know? And I heard this from one of my buddies at work. They have competitions, hobby horse competitions in like Germany or Europe or some nonsense like
Shut
that.
up.
Where, yeah, they're hopping around like it's Monty Python. You know what I mean?
Oh my gosh. Does anyone have the coconuts?
I would hope so. I don't know for sure, but I would hope so.
I would be doing that just because you have to, right?
So yeah, the hobby horse is a finalist for the Toy Hall of Fame this year. Trampolines, Transformers, and straight up balloons.
Oh, come on.
This is
No.
why I love the Toy Hall of Fame, because the balloon is an awesome toy. You can fill it with water and have water gun fights or water balloon fights and all of that stuff. You can fill them with pee and get your enemies.
It's not a toy, though. It's a liquid delivery system.
A liquid delivery system. I don't know, you know.
It's not a toy.
You blow them up and then you squeeze the air out in different funny ways.
No.
I don't know. I'm really trying. Balloon animals.
No. I'm not here for that. No. If you're going to put like toys in the Hall of Fame, it's got to be a toy. A balloon is not a toy. Get out of here.
So I don't know if voting is still going on because
If it is.
this post is September 20th. So, I mean,
Okay.
we're only 3 days away. But there's a chance if it's still going on. Museumofplay.org, and you can see the finalists and past winners and all of that stuff. 3 of the top 12 will wind up getting inducted. They'll be announced in November. I don't know out of the 3 of these which Pokemon I'm with.
Pokemon, My Little Pony, and I don't know what the last
You
one should
would
be.
say My Little Pony.
Of course. It's cute. It's childhood,
Well,
all
remote
wrapped
control
up there.
vehicles was my jam as
But
a kid.
that's so, like, generic. Remote control vehicles.
Yeah.
Okay. Which ones?
My Little Pony. Which pony?
All of them. The whole.
Starscream? No, I'm sorry. That's Transformers.
My gosh. I don't know. I feel like those two are strong contenders. Definitely beat out the balloon.
I could really see the balloon getting it. You know, there's people out there. Some asshole just takes this so seriously. It was
I
just
can't
like,
believe
no,
the balloon's not
the
in yet. We
balloon
gotta
deserves
make
to be in.
sure.
And like he's the last vote, and he
No.
voted for the balloon to keep.
Absolutely not.
I have a weird feeling the freaking hobby horse is gonna end up in, but I'm here for like trampolines, transformers, and God, I don't even know. Balloons? No. My Little Pony or Pokemon.
I definitely think Pokemon should
just-
make it in there. I mean, again, it was a whole ordeal.
I feel like they're too new.
Nah.
All of them. Because, you know,
Well, that's because you're getting older.
it's going to be balloons, a hobby horse, and choose your own adventure. Just,
So you can stay with the older things.
I should have done this beforehand and pulled up some of the old winners because it is so funny. If you go look at some of the old winners, you'll get that. Like, it makes sense. The top.
Yeah. But the top does make sense.
It does. I mean, they
It's
all
an
do.
old toy.
So
More than balloons.
last year, Choose Your Own Adventure was nominated. So
'Kay.
there's that. The 4 that made it in: baseball cards, Cabbage Patch Kids, the Fisher Price corn popper. It's a vacuum.
Yeah.
And Nerf guns, or just Nerf, not Nerf guns. Nerf in general.
All
which
of-
remote control cars.
Yeah. That's just too much. It's too vague.
See, that's why I could see the remote control cars getting in, because it started the thing. You know, now we're at the drones and all of that stuff. So anyway, that'll come out in November, and I cannot wait because we'll get it back and we'll argue about that again then.
Yeah.
How about that? So Naomi we do the Under a Rock reviews because she says she doesn't do, she doesn't know movies, and every time we go, how the hell have you not seen that movie? She says, I've lived under a rock my whole life.
Yeah.
Well, that sometimes applies to other areas of pop culture as well.
Yeah. Yeah. Quite a bit.
So today on my radio show, I was reading this list about interesting facts about pop culture. And it's 2000s pop culture. So I was wondering where you landed, because that's your wheelhouse.
It should be, anyways. We'll find out.
That you would expect that to be your
Yeah.
wheelhouse anyway. So how do
I
we
might learn something about myself here.
I want to ask if like you knew these, or do I ask if you could fill in the blanks? I think I'm going to ask if you knew about this.
Okay. Yeah. Go
Because
that
they
way.
are sort of.
Plus, I might need to jog my memory. You know.
They are sort of not really random facts or little known facts, but kind of facts. So the first one, Hey Ya by Outkast.
Yeah.
What do you know about that song?
I don't know. I know the song.
Do you know the words?
Yeah, for the most part.
All right, all right, all right, all right. Those are the words that I know. It's a sad freaking song. Did you
I
know
guess
that?
I don't know that much about it. No.
Okay.
I don't
didn't-
know that many words.
All right. Anyway, it's about how people stay in relationships when they're unhappy because it's better than being alone.
Wow. Come on, Outcast.
Right?
What the hell?
And now they're just every time you hear that now, you're just like, You know, just ruin the song. YouTube was meant to be a video dating site.
Ooh, I did not know that. That's weird.
I didn't know that at all.
It's kind of gross.
I mean, I don't think that lasted that way for what, a month maybe?
No idea.
But yeah, YouTube is supposed to be a video dating site. Yikes. Scottish actor Doug Ray Scott. Have you ever heard of this guy?
Nope.
I have heard the name. I have no freaking clue who he is. Was supposed to be Wolverine.
Okay.
Yeah.
That goes into movie category, so of course I don't know anything
But you
about
do know
it.
Wolverine.
Yes, I do know who that is.
Is Deadpool and Wolverine your first Wolverine movie?
Yes.
How quiet you, because you don't want to go back and watch a bunch of them now, do you? Is that why you said it that
Well,
quietly?
if I admit to it, you know,
Oh my
movies
God.
might get added to our list.
Now you've got to watch all of X-Men.
Yeah, yep. And I'm not ready for that commitment.
It's
Sorry.
okay. It's okay. Anyway, also, when Doug Ray Scott backed out, Russell Crowe was going to be Wolverine, they say. But Russell had to turn it down and recommended Hugh Jackman.
Okay.
And the rest, they say, is history. Did you ever watch The O.C.?
No.
Do you know what we're talking about here?
Yes.
All right. Arrested Development.
Yes.
Apparently, there was supposed to be an Arrested Development and O.C. crossover episode.
That's weird.
Really, really weird.
Good thing they didn't do it.
Apparently, the producers of the shows ultimately decided
It was a bad idea.
It was a bad idea. Yeah, it was too much. Mark Ruffalo,
Yes.
the Hulk,
Yes.
13 going on 30. Have you seen that one?
I have not seen that one, but I know the premise of that movie.
Right, of course. It's Freaky
Wait,
Friday.
so he's in that, or he was supposed to be in that?
He's in it.
Oh, okay.
He's like it's big, but in the 90s and with a girl.
Yeah.
Right. So he it's not Freaky Friday. So he was like the love interest, I think.
It's Jennifer Gardner,
Because
isn't
I've
it?
only seen parts of it, yes. So in that movie, there's this big dance scene, and they do Thriller. And he almost dropped out because he couldn't get the dance down.
Really?
Yeah.
That's kind of a bummer.
Yeah, for sure. He had such a hard time during rehearsals for it that he
Was
almost
like, I
dropped
might
out of
not
it.
be able to do this at all.
Yeah, fans thought Heath Ledger was a terrible choice to play the Joker in The Dark Knight. Did you know that one?
No, I didn't. But
I was there.
They were wrong.
They were wrong.
Yeah.
Brokeback Batman.
That's right.
I said very many times and was so wrong myself. Also,
Good.
people did that to Michael Keaton too when he was cast to play Batman in 1989.
Okay, I believe it. It's just what happens every single time. Didn't they do that with Patterson or whatever?
Yep, and
yeah.
and Batfleck as well.
Yes, that's right.
That's
Yep.
what you're thinking.
Yep.
I laughed at that one. After Batfleck, I said, you know what? I'm not laughing anymore.
There you go.
I'll wait till the damn movie comes out, see what I think before I say anything. History of Violence, 2006. No, we're too far into the 2000s now, huh?
Yep, you lost me.
Or too far backwards. Pick
I
one.
don't know.
History of Violence became the last major Hollywood movie to be released on VHS,
Okay.
which is just crazy and random. I saw that. It's weird. Amy Winehouse was tapped to sing the theme song for the 2008 James Bond flick Quantum of Solace.
Yeah, I did know that.
But apparently was just so far gone that she couldn't. But Jack White and Alicia Keys killed it with Another Way to Die. Even though it was a major Hollywood film about fashion, The Devil Wears Prada only had a $100,000 wardrobe budget.
That's awesome. That's how you do that.
That's right. Who are the costume people for that? Because they're the ones who should have some sort of reality show about dressing you on a budget.
That's
We
right.
made all this shit look like it was from
Millions of dollars.
Prada.
Yeah.
Yeah. And one more. I love this one. Queer Eye for the Straight. I really hope this is super true. Queer Eye for the Straight Guy was born because the creators saw a lady just berate her husband in public for not being as well dressed as a group of gay men who were walking by.
That would be
I
an
absolutely love
interesting
that.
way for that show to have started. So I'm definitely here for that.
I really do hope that's true because that is freaking hilarious.
Yeah.
All right. I have a couple more facts, but this is, your recurrent dose of Did You Know?
Wasn't sure if you're gonna
You
get
looked
that
at me
out.
and it froze me. That's what happened. You looked at me
That's what
like,
it
you going to
was.
do it? And I was just like, I don't know.
I don't remember what the
shrank,
word is.
I shrank in this one person spotlight over
That's
here.
right.
Your recurrent dose of Did You Know? Some random facts for episode 90 and 2.
No.
Crazy. Did you know Black Widow spiders are not aggressive?
Yes, I did know they're not aggressive.
It is said you often have to actually,
Like poke at them.
pinch or squeeze them, is how it's written here.
Yeah.
Um,
You got to piss them off, basically.
which is okay, but does rolling over on one accidentally or putting your
Yes, it
foot in a
does.
boot count,
Yes.
Ugh, creepy. Did you know the average person will take about 216.3 million steps in their lifetime, which is the equivalent of walking all the way around the earth 5 times?
It's a lot of walking.
That's assuming the average person takes about 7,500 steps a day, but it's still pretty easy to get to that, I think.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Did you know the first college football All-American team was picked in 1889? The quarterback was a player from Princeton named Edgar Allan Poe.
Okay.
Not but it was his cousin. It was
Weird.
named after the Edgar Allan Poe.
Interesting.
You don't know many Edgars anymore,
I'm okay with that. I don't really care for that name.
I think between Poe
Edgar.
and Men in Black, people just are done with the Edgars.
Yeah.
He's wearing an Edgar suit. Did you know generally PG-13 movies are allowed to use the F word only once?
Yeah.
Probably know that, right? But it's only if it's in anger and doesn't directly refer to sex.
Did not know that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And finally, did you know Martha Stewart once dated Anthony Hopkins?
Gross.
But apparently she broke up with him because she couldn't. This is another one I hope is true. She couldn't stop picturing him as Hannibal Lecter.
Gross. Just keeps getting worse and worse. Plus, thinking of those two together is just disgusting. Like, just
He'd
no.
probably be like, what would you like to drink with dinner? She'd be like, not Chianti.
Yep.
Don't say that. Don't say it. That would be wonderful. That is your recurrent dose of Did You Know? I would love to be a fly on the wall with that habit.
No. Just
Damn it, Tony. I told you I don't like Chianti anymore. Random
call
facts.
him Tony.
Yeah, I figure, if they're dating. Anthony?
I just like how you just assume it's Tony. He's got to go by Tony.
Anthony's a hell of a lot of syllables. I don't want to...
Yeah, but I know a lot of people who go by Anthony, like the whole name, not Tony.
I can think of 1,
All right.
2. Damn it. All right, whatever. Next Anthony I meet and be like, Tony? Cool.
Is now.
That's so stupid. All right. Last week we were talking about TV shows.
Can't look at you.
Everything's going to be okay.
I hate when you do that, Tony. Wait, who?
It took you too long to figure out I meant Anthony, right?
Yes, it did.
Oh my God.
hell is
Who
he
the hell
talking
Tony?
about?
Oh, that's short for Anthony. If you could work in any television workplace, which one would you choose?
It's a good question.
I thought so. That is the question of the week. And you know what? I stupid. Didn't look at YouTube. We'll find out there's no questions there together or no answers there together.
Well, anyways, we had brought this topic up at the end of the show last week.
Yeah.
And you had mentioned Parks and Rec, and then I told you, Leslie Knope would be your boss, and you wouldn't be working a 9 to 5 because you'd have to go to all the events and things afterwards, and you're like, oh, yeah, hell no.
Yeah.
Honestly, I would love to work at Parks and Rec. I would have such a great time there. I could handle Leslie Knope being her obnoxious, crazy person that she is, because she follows through. I can handle the obnoxiousness if there's follow through there. So I think I could work well with her.
All right.
Parks and Rec is my place.
Good choice.
Definitely not The Office, because, I would go insane if
Michael
Michael
Scott would
Scott was
drive
my
you nuts.
boss. Yeah.
And you definitely
Absolutely.
couldn't work for Andy Bernard.
Oh my gosh, no. I would quit on the spot when they said that he has the job. I'd be like, all right, I'm out. See ya. I've never not had a job, but here we go.
We are super big Office fans, and every time we get to Andy heavy episodes, she's like, I just hate him so much.
I do, and I like
His
him.
face is so stupid.
It is. And I like him as an actor so much because he made me hate him so much.
Right.
Like, so I give him major credit because he'll just smile that weird smile and I'm just creeped out.
The character is super grating, so
Yeah.
I get it. All right. If you could work at any TV workplace, where would you work? What would you choose? Ralph says the beach from Baywatch.
Oh, of
Self-explanatory.
course,
Ralph,
yes.
First of all, would get fired because he wouldn't do any work. And
He
second,
doesn't have to do anything. He can be like head lifeguard and send the other lifeguards to go save the people.
all the people are dying.
That's why he's got people under him to take care of them. You go save that one.
Excellent
I see
choice
someone
of words.
like
That's exactly
freaking
what
out.
Ralph would like. People under him at the beach. At the beach from Baywatch specifically. Well done. Well done. Nailed that.
Yeah. Yep. You're welcome, Ralph.
Paul says he would take Alfred's job from Batman the Animated Series,
Okay.
which is awesome. Because you get to help out Batman, but you don't get into really any trouble.
Okay.
Except for that one episode where I think Alfred got kidnapped and brainwashed, unless I'm thinking of the wrong thing. Anyway, that's a great answer, Paul. He says he'd also teach at Xavier's School for the Gifted. Paul is teacher, of course.
Okay. Makes
That's
sense.
genius. X-Men and all of that. Custodian at the police station where the gargoyles were. I love it.
All right.
He just hits a list here. FBI agent with Mulder and Scully. That's a good
Nice.
one. Although some of those episodes are creepy as hell. I don't know if I could handle that myself. Bartender on the Enterprise.
Bartender?
I didn't know they had a bar on the Enterprise.
All right. That would
They
be
have a
kind of
bar.
a cool job.
I would
Sure.
absolutely take that.
Yeah.
Absolutely. He says he could go on, but I think everybody knows how old I am now.
That's right.
Nailed it. Mark just says simply Stargate Command.
Okay.
And my mom says none. I don't want to work anywhere. So I said, so Fantasy Island?
She made a good point. She
That's
doesn't
right.
want to work anywhere. That's fine. I
That is
understand
an
that.
excellent one.
I think I could work at the bar at Cheers for a
There
little
you go.
while. You know, that could be kind of fun.
Yeah.
I feel like they may get a little annoying sometimes, some of the coworkers.
Yeah.
But it could be fun for a
But
little
you'd probably
while.
pull like, Wednesday, Tuesday shifts, so you wouldn't have to deal with, the crazies. Or maybe you'd work the weekends and you wouldn't get to see the locals like Norm and Cliff and all that. You'd be in later.
Yeah. But I think I could handle that for a little while.
As if Cheers is a party bar.
Well, it's a bar. A bar is a bar. You know.
I was thinking about this, and the best one I think I could come up with, because, my favorite shows, The Office, Simpsons, Parks and Rec, all of that stuff, MASH, that's terrifying.
Yeah, definitely don't want to work there.
Because, I definitely don't want to work there. And, I ran through a bunch of stuff, I was thinking about How I Met Your Mother. None of them
Okay.
work together, so that's not a thing.
Yeah.
One of my favorites I came up with, for real, is Planet Express from Futurama.
Okay. I mean, you get to work with a robot. They don't seem to do a lot of work, to be honest with
They're
you.
always going on adventures,
Yeah.
exploring the galaxy.
And only once in a while actually making a delivery. And most of the time they mess it up anyways and then just go, oops.
There seems to be no chain of command, nobody to really, Hermes
And
comes.
that's the kind of job you need.
It's just, the more I thought about it, the more I was like, that's my answer.
Yeah.
I might
It's
get
a
to fly
great
a
answer for
spaceship
you.
every
Yeah.
now and then. At the very least, hang out on one.
With a robot.
And there's apparently bathrooms, microwave at least on that ship.
Yep.
So the robot would be wonderful. Just watch your pockets. And they seem to just do whatever they want.
Yeah.
So I'm here for it.
All right.
Plus, also you could live at the Planet Express, like Fry did for a
Yeah.
while.
Yeah.
And I'd be a better house guest than him, so I could probably get away with it much longer.
Yeah.
Or a robot's closet. That is my answer.
It's a great answer.
Planet Express from Futurama.
Yeah. It's a good one.
I'm happy with it. I agonized about this for a while, so I like it. That's all. It's it's very important to me. I'm a TV
I
guy.
guess so.
All right, we do have a question for next episode. Naomi's just like, what the hell, man?
Do we? Or
Move
you want
on.
to keep talking about Planet Express here?
I could.
I know you could, but you don't have to.
New York City. I mean,
Just no. No.
all right. Question for next week.
I'm really excited about this one.
You can leave your answers on our YouTube page, Luke and Naomi on Air.
He will check it, even if it happens to be during the middle of the show.
Hey, if it's there, I'll read it.
Yep.
You can leave this right below if you're listening on Spotify.
Yep.
You can leave your answers on
Facebook.
Facebook, Luke and Naomi on Air. An excellent, excellent social media account that you should follow.
Yeah, if you're not already.
If you don't know, if you're not following us on the YouTube or Facebook, you don't know, we just put up a new Sips and Snacks episode.
We did.
It is first weekend of fall, or just was. It's fall now officially. Cider donuts are much better than anything pumpkin. And then he gave me a pumpkin beer. And I just,
But you can check out that video for yourself.
ate my damn words. And so
Yep.
you can watch me do exactly that on that episode there. But it's not the only social media handle you follow, right?
That's right.
That's what we want to know. What social media account are you currently obsessed with?
That's what we want to know.
What do you have? Do you got anything right now?
No, I go through spans of time where I just sit there and watch like a whole bunch of stupid reels, and then I'm like, why am I doing this? And then I stop and I try to get off Facebook for like a week, and then I just restart the process. So I don't have any that I always follow. I did for a little while. I think it was like, juggling with the Jenkins or something like that.
Okay.
She was hilarious. She was one of the ones, I think she kind of got her start with being the goofy girl who like copied Instagram poses. She was a little bit heavier and just, you'd have that picture perfect Instagram.
Oh, then she
post,
recreated it.
And she would recreate it like using regular everyday things.
Oh,
and,
okay. I know what you're talking about.
And I think
Yeah.
that's where she got her start, because then she ended up posting a whole bunch of stuff. She became really, really famous. And now I've seen like a couple of things from her, and it's just not the same anymore. Like I liked the goofiness from before, and it kind of got too serious, I guess.
Yeah, well, that
happens,
It happens,
you
but
know.
So what social media accounts are you currently obsessed with? I've got a couple right now that I'm always watching Fermental from here in Wilmington, because
Yeah.
they post the new beers that they get in all the time. So
That, and then we get to see goofy videos like when somebody loses a bet and has to drink a beer with Vienna sausages in it, and then eat those.
Yeah, absolutely.
Sausages.
So they're awesome.
Just saying, sometimes things like that happen on that account.
they're a great follow. Also, I don't know if he just pronounces it Danocracy, but it's Dan O'Cracy. So,
Okay.
Danocracy. This guy he finds old photographs
Okay.
and researches the hell out of them to find, either it's let's find where this is because it's not labeled. Let's find who's in it. Let's find whatever.
That's pretty cool.
What got me into it is there's a famous photo of skateboarding in Central Park, New York. Right in the middle of Central Park. There's a whole bunch of people skating, and it was in the early 60s, something
Okay.
like that. And there's a shot of this dude in a full black suit, fedora, and dark shades riding a skateboard with like just hands in his pockets, as just nonchalant as you could be.
Yeah.
And so the account tried to track down, Tony Hawk got involved as well, but he tried to track down and find who the guy was.
Yeah.
Ended up coming up on a dead end.
That's a
Got
bummer.
very, very, very close. But the other stuff that he does, he usually
Finds out who it
finds
is
out
and
who
all
it
that.
is,
Yeah.
gets the story behind it and all that stuff. He did find a ton of really cool information about that, which was awesome.
Yeah.
It's a great follow. And Hydromind is another one I'm super into right now because it's like beginner surfer tips and stuff like that.
Okay. Yes.
And that is going to be our new kind of
That's our
hobby,
big challenge.
adventure, goal for the next year
Yeah.
is getting into surfing. So Hydromind's a great one. There's some awesome tips and stuff like that.
But I'm excited to hear what everyone else has, because there's always that one thing that you just find yourself like, hey, I want to see what's going on this, on this handle.
Absolutely. So leave those wherever. Make sure you tag them if you want to.
Yes, so that way we can check it out and know what you're talking about and see it for ourselves.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
And then
so
tell them.
definitely tag them.
And then tell them about us.
That's right.
About that.
We can do that too.
That'd be great. So I can't wait to check those out. We'll be paying attention to those all through the week and share our favorites that were shared to us next
right.
episode 93. That's gonna be fun. Okay, I think that's it. Did I forget anything?
No, I don't think so.
Are we forgetting anything at all?
No.
You want to hit the button?
No.
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 Okay.
I'll let you take care of that.
All right. That means it's time to get to it. I am growing less and less excited by the minute.
You should be.
I love the Austin Powers franchise trilogy. It's wonderful. It makes me laugh every time. It brings me back. It's awesome. And also, I know all the spy movies, so that probably makes a big difference. Anyway, here's Naomi's Under a Rock review of Austin Powers, The Spy Who Shagged Me.
Oh my goodness. Where am I going to start with this bad boy here? Let me start first by saying there were so many times where something would happen that would, make me smile a little bit and just kind of goofy. And Luke is sitting next to me just dying.
Tears.
Laughing so hard. You snorted like 3 different times. I'm like, oh my gosh. It wasn't that funny.
I probably ruined it just laughing so hard at it. It was great. I love this movie.
Could not believe it. All right. So we're going to start where the movie starts. It starts off where we left Austin Powers in the first movie.
Yep.
Austin Powers, banished Dr. Evil to the far reaches of space. And of course, Austin Powers lives happily ever after with his wife, Vanessa. So Dr. Evil was in that Big Boy, like the restaurant Big Boy. He was in an actual, character.
The
Statue. Thank you. I don't know. Yes. Yeah.
Figurine? No, statue.
He was in the Big Boy from the restaurant chain, floating around in space, but he made his escape out of his backside of the Big Boy character and headed towards Earth.
In an egg.
Out
of the butt.
There's a lot of points in my notes where my descriptive words failed me because I'm not going to say what exactly I saw.
Oh, you're too much of a wuss. Come on.
I am.
No broadcast standards here. It's podcasting.
I get it, but... Oh, wait. No, it gets better. Are you ready for my next sentence here? All right.
We're mass communicating.
Austin Powers was busy making whoopee to his wife, Vanessa.
Whoopee.
Yep, that's right. I did put that in my notes.
They were...
Talking about somebody who...
Whoopee's good, because they definitely weren't snuggling.
That's right. His wife, Vanessa, for the millionth time, and she starts acting really weird. Turns out she's a fembot. Okay, we learned about those in the first Austin Powers movie.
Machine gun jubblies. How'd I miss those, baby?
See, this is...
Jubblies.
Oh, my gosh. The fact that you're laughing that hard over there right now...
I'm a little embarrassed. I'm not going to lie. You're making me feel bad over here.
I'm sorry.
Machine gun jubblies.
All right. So it turns out she was a fembot from Dr. Evil, and she tries to shoot him, and then she self-destructs because that's what happened. So we're off and running. Everything self-destructs. All right. So right. Dr. Evil's son goes on the Jerry Springer show to talk about his dad being evil when they surprise him with his dad being back because, he is. He came out of the Big Boy and
you can just say he defrosted. He reappeared. He came back.
Yep, he's back on Earth. So anyways, we've got the son, Scott, on the Jerry Springer show, which this part I was thoroughly entertained with,
You're the Diet Coke of evil. Just 1 calorie, not evil enough.
That's right. And plus, they've got all these evil people in the background.
Oh, I know, it's great.
They've got somebody who's part of
there's a Klansman,
KKK,
a Nazi, I think. I can't even remember all of them.
Yeah,
he attacks the Klansman, which is just
great. And he takes his hood and he goes, "I got your hood." I'm like, that was really good. That was pretty entertaining. There, not gonna lie.
Jerry.
But it
was wonderful.
I've seen a couple episodes of Jerry Springer. I know how it goes.
Haven't we all, right?
It was realistic.
That
perfect. Could have actually happened on an episode of Jerry Springer.
In 99, or at least when they filmed that, Jerry was, near the height. So, yeah.
Yeah. All right, so Jerry Springer, everybody starts fighting. We kind of figure that much is going to happen. All right, Austin Powers is given a new mission to go to a photo shoot where one of the models works for Dr. Evil. So we know this should be good. So while Dr. Evil was away, his posse made a clone of him so we get to meet Mini-Me, which I knew this was coming.
Oh, yeah.
I've seen enough pop culture references and the actual Mini-Me to begin with,
Right.
to know what was happening
If
there.
you didn't know about Mini-Me, I would be concerned slightly.
Yeah, at that
That'd be
point,
really
like,
weird.
that's more than living under a rock.
He was so big, yeah.
Yeah.
Pun intended.
That was beautiful. It's all the evil of Dr. Evil and 1/8 of the size, as we're told. That's right. So Dr. Evil's plan is to use his time machine, quotes included, to go back in time and steal Austin Powers' mojo. His son suggests, hey, why don't you go back in time and just kill Austin Powers? But that idea is quickly nixed, because otherwise we wouldn't have a movie. What are you laughing at over there?
Just because that's one of the scenes, isn't it, where he's like with the zip it and all that.
Yes.
You know, Scott.
Zip it real good. All that other stuff he's
When
like.
a problem comes along, you must zip it.
Yes.
Zip it good.
You could just quote the whole movie over there.
So much.
You could. I know you could. All right. Austin Powers, he's busy hooking up with the model that works for Dr. Evil, while Dr. Evil and Mini-Me use the time machine and go back to 1969. Back in time, Dr. Evil has a new member to his posse. Not going to say his name.
Say it.
He's the fat guy.
Why?
Later, I say, like, the heaviest henchman.
Get the hell out of here.
I really did write that in my notes.
Fat bastard.
I'm not saying that. I just can't. All right, so we got the fat guy.
I appreciate your commitment to broadcast standards, but damn it, that's his name.
I just can't. Okay. So that fat guy goes into the chirogenic. That's not right.
Nope.
Help.
Cryo. Yes.
What did I say? Cairo?
Cairo. Yeah.
Oh.
Like foliage and foliage.
Yes. Where Austin Powers is, where he's frozen, goes to steal his mojo. So back in the year 1999, where Austin Powers is sleeping with the model and in the middle of their lovemaking, all that, he loses his mojo.
Oh, that's right. Sally from Third Rock from the Sun.
Yeah. Dun, dun, dun. He loses his mojo.
You didn't want to tell us her name?
I don't remember what her name was.
Ivana Humpalot.
Oh, that's right, it was. Listen, she's only in like that short couple of scenes.
Yes.
It's not needed.
You didn't want to write that one down.
I didn't.
Didn't
I
need
didn't. No.
All right.
All right, so Austin Powers meets with his team that he's got that says, Dr. Evil has a time machine, but hey, guess what? We have one too. And they also tell you to not think about it too hard.
I love that scene.
That is...
It's wonderful.
It really is. Where they're basically like, hey, I know there's enough, like, holes in the story. Don't go looking for them. Just enjoy the movie.
You just enjoy yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which, in a movie like this, you kind of have to.
Exactly.
Because.
Best not to think about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so he goes back to 1969 to get his mojo back.
Oh, the car scene.
Oh, where he just, like... means to go forward but ends up going backwards, knocks a whole bunch of stuff over, almost runs people over. He's a really bad driver.
And he just won't stop. It's just so dumb.
It's just done so many times.
Yeah.
It's not like I just went backwards and messed up. It's like 8 times.
Houston, my favorite one is he looks backwards and then just goes forward. I mean,
well,
he does it like 5 times, but there's one specific time where I'm dying. I can't.
Reliving this, you can't even handle it over there.
Nope.
You can just see all the scenes flash before your eyes, right?
Very much.
All right. So we meet Felicity Shagwell.
Really?
Yep.
You're gonna blush at that one?
Well, I call her Shagwell the entire time.
Okay.
Instead of the whole Felicity thing, too. And
You don't
just
like
Shagwell.
Felicity?
I don't like the whole thing, but Shagwell's
All
okay.
right.
We're just going to stay there. A woman who works for the CIA, who helped Austin Powers escape after members of Dr. Evil's clan tried to murder him at his own house party. Dr. Evil gets Austin Powers' mojo and drinks some of it.
Which
That's
is
kind of
gross.
weird.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now he's got the mojo, sleeps with one of his colleagues.
One of his colleagues.
I don't know what her name is.
Frau Farbissina.
Okay.
I don't know.
I wasn't going to remember that. The only woman that's a part of his team. Okay?
Frau. Just Frau.
Frau. They promise each other it's not going to get weird.
Yeah, Frau. On the whole, I think Preparation H feels good. Is that the third movie? I don't even know.
It's got to be because I don't know that yet. So they promise it's not going to get weird, and it does. Later, she admits that she's pregnant, so now we know who Scott's mom is.
I love that when she tells him, he immediately pops out of the time portal.
Yeah,
It's
he's just right there. Yep.
Yeah.
Speaking of Scott, he comes through the time machine, just like we were talking about, trying to bond with his dad, Dr. Evil. He's like, let's try this again. But Dr. Evil's already, he's got mini-me now, so he's not interested, which was kind of a bummer,
So dumb.
But come on, man. Your son wants to be evil with you now. Come on.
Well, he's evil.
Yeah, I guess that makes
There
sense.
you go, right?
Yeah. All right, so meanwhile, Austin Powers and Shagwell have a day on the town. They're shopping and dancing and all that. They go back to his place where she tries to get with him, but, he lost his mojo, so he can't. But he doesn't tell her anything. He just says he can't and gets up and leaves, which is really weird.
Bails.
Yeah. Jerk. So, gross. Shagwell goes to plant a homing device on Dr. Evil's
My favorite part about all of this
henchman
is your commitment to trying to stay straight while you're saying you just talk through this as if it's not a comedy.
Yeah. I don't know what else I'm supposed to do because
So they send Felicity to plant the homing device on Fat Bastard.
Yep.
And while he's slathered in grease and food.
It was so disgusting. And the fact that every time he talks, he just had to spit so much.
A little bit, right?
So gross. So gross. And she planted this on him, in him. Gross.
Yeah. It's implied that she put it in his butt.
Yeah. It's pretty obvious because later they find it in a toilet. I mean, where else did she put it? The back of his leg? Yeah, I don't think so.
Yep.
Come on. Speaking of that, yeah, so she planted that device in him. And so, later she runs into Austin Powers. He admits to her that he lost his mojo and that's why he ran off. So now they're feeling better. Everything's good. So she tells him that she planted that device. So they go and try to find him. But instead they find the device in a toilet because of where she placed it.
Fat Bastard left a floater.
That's so disgusting. Anyway, let's get even grosser because the scientists need to analyze the stool sample because, well, why not? It's going to have some secrets in there, right? This freaking movie.
I'm dying.
All right. So, of course, it's sitting next to coffee because...
You wrote this down, but not the car scene?
No, I didn't write the car scene. I did write this down. No, I wrote this down because...
Or the zip it?
No. I wrote this down because they have a disgusting stool sample sitting next to coffee. And what do you think is going to happen? You know exactly what's going to happen here. So Austin Powers comes in to get coffee, picks up the coffee, sets it back down, picks up the other container with the stool sample in it, and pours it into his cup. Then we have this nice gag of him about to take a sip, but then someone interrupts him. And he's about to take a sip, and then he says something.
You called it a nice gag.
And then he actually takes a sip, and it's on his face, and it's just absolutely disgusting. What the hell?
It's a bit nutty.
That was so disgusting. That was the worst thing I've ever heard in my life. That was awful.
You know how many times I've said that to you after I've taken a sip of coffee?
I don't like thinking about it now.
You have no idea, do you?
No. But it's haunting. All right. So anyways, they analyzed this and found trace amounts of a vegetable that only grows on one island in the world. So, they know where Dr. Evil lairs now.
Perfect spy movie stuff right there.
Yeah, it completely makes sense there. Absolutely. All right. Dr. Evil has a plan to put a laser on the moon that's going to line up at a specific time and destroy Washington, D.C., And after that's destroyed, he'll destroy another major city. A new city every hour unless he gets $100 billion. And when he asks for this, they all laugh at him because it's 1969 and $100 billion is just unheard of.
Yeah.
Today? No, not so much. That's probably doable.
Tim Robbins, hilarious there.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
Good
love
scenes.
It. Yeah. He's a great fake president. He was absolutely inept. It's awesome.
Dr. Evil then ends up quoting a bunch of movies and a lot of sayings from the 90s, and it just confuses everyone because, again, it's 1969.
You're not all that in a bag of potato chips.
That's right. All right.
I was going to do more, but your exasperation just is like a brick wall, you know?
It really is, and I'm kind of glad it is.
Talk to the hand because the face don't want to hear it.
The hand? What hand? What hand? That's basically like what he said.
Don't mess with me. I'm one crazy mofo. I had to pop a cop because he wasn't giving me my props in Oaktown.
That's awful. All right. Moving on. Shagwell and Austin Powers make it to the island. They set up a tent to camp out while they make their plans. While in the tent, we have another wonderful gag where Austin Powers is bent over looking at a map, and Shagwell is digging through their gear, but their shadows make it look like she's pulling things out of his butt, basically. Like an umbrella, a gerbil, a rope, a bunch of stuff.
I think the rope might be the funniest one, or the umbrella. I don't know.
The umbrella, especially because he goes, please don't open that in here.
It's bad luck, love.
Dr. Evil's guards are watching all of this happen, just basically like in disbelief, until she pulls out the explosives, and then they make themselves known. They bring Austin and Shagwell in and put them in a cell, while Dr. Evil and Mini-Me go to the moon to run the laser that's going to destroy Washington, D.C. And then there's a really long male appendage joke about the rocket.
Yes.
Which was really well done, honestly.
Wonderful.
Like the way they cut to the scenes, and that's as far as I'm going. Like, you can watch the movie. I mean, at this point, you have to see all this crap for yourself because, come on, it's really hard to explain this movie if you don't have all the jokes to go along with it.
That's
there.
okay.
Yeah,
we're reliving it through your eyes.
Yeah. All right, so anyways, we got the jokes about the rocket. We find out that Shagwell did indeed have relations with that heavy henchman. After she had,
fat bastard,
put the tracking device in him. Obviously, Austin Powers is a little hurt by this, but he gets over it pretty quickly. They're able to escape their cell because Shagwell shows her boobs to the guard that's watching them. So he basically walks off a ledge into hot lava.
Perfect.
Yeah. Because that's, what happened.
What a burn.
That was so stupid.
I
love how much she was just like, okay, enough.
She goes, all right, let's go.
Yeah. Shagwell and Austin get into a spaceship and head to Dr. Evil's lair on the moon. Shagwell is captured, and Austin has to pick between her and saving the world. But first, we have the most ridiculous fight scene between Austin Powers and Mini-Me, like absolutely ridiculous. I'm sure you could just look that up on YouTube if you've never seen the movie before because it's absolutely
he throws
goofy.
Mini-Me into the wall or whatever, and it's clearly like a doll, like a wrestling buddy or something like that.
It was the pole because it tings after he hits.
Just hilarious.
Yes. Absolutely ridiculous. But if you want to see it that bad, either A, watch the movie, or just YouTube this fight scene, because I can guarantee somebody has already pulled that clip for you.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, Austin Powers goes to kill Dr. Evil, but then Dr. Evil is like, it's funny how you'd rather kill me than save your girlfriend, and gives him the idea to go back in time and save his girlfriend. So that's what he does. So now we have two Austin Powers running around, seeing as that he went 10 minutes into the past. Because that's what we really need, is two Austin Powers running around.
That's right.
Dr. Evil throws Austin Powers' mojo in the air, and it shatters when it hits the ground. Obviously, that's a big enough distraction. He's sitting there trying to, smell it, lick it. I don't know.
Eat it or something.
It's so weird and gross. Don't need that. But then, Shagwell's basically like, no, you didn't need that. You had the mojo all along.
That's right,
and
of
all
course.
of that. You have to have that happy ending.
The magic was in him.
Yeah, exactly. This has distracted everyone. Dr. Evil initiates the self-destruct because, again, we always have to have that self-destruct button there.
Of course.
He escapes into a oddly shaped vessel. Austin Powers and the other Austin Powers and the girl all escape through the time machine and make their way to 1999. The fat man is back.
The fat man is back.
Shows up at Austin Powers' house to kill him, but Shagwell disarms him and they have a party because why not? The end.
That's for calling me crap, fatty.
Oh, wait, not the end. Shagwell is in bed with someone and Austin Powers walks in. He's all heartbroken, but then he finds out it's the other Austin Powers, so technically it's not cheating? Okay, now the end.
Now the end.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
What a wonderful film.
That was almost as hard to get through as Blazing Saddles. I said it. I said it.
Wow, that's upsetting.
That review was so tough.
I love that movie so much.
It's just so stupid.
Yes, that's the point.
There was a handful of times where, like, I smiled and, like, chuckled a little to myself while Luke's over there dying on the floor.
That's right.
I mean, you heard it through half of this segment here.
Dr. Evil might be one of the greatest characters ever created.
Says you.
You watch those movies for Dr. Evil. Occasionally, Austin Powers does something funny, like the car scene, things like that.
Yeah.
And then you wait for Dr. Evil. That's the whole thing. Goldmember, in my opinion, is the best, which is weird because
Doesn't
movie,
everyone like this one the best?
I think so, but even watching this, I was like, no, I definitely like Goldmember the best.
Okay.
Maybe the first, if anything, I think the second one might be the weakest.
Okay.
Watching it back, which is going to probably enrage a couple of people, but
You said what you said.
That's right. So, as we do, handful of questions to ask you. What did you know about it going in?
A lot
kidding.
more
That
than
was-
I realized,
that was not-
apparently.
That's not the first question.
It's not.
Did you like it?
I'm sorry. I can't say that I did.
That's a drag.
It was just so stupid.
Oh
too
my
much
god, it's so stupid.
butt and toilet humor for me.
Yeah, I never noticed that.
And just the greasy, gross spit. Oh,
Fat bastard's too much for you.
he really is. I can't handle him.
It's wonderful. What did you know about it going in?
Again, a lot more than I apparently realized because of how many times you quote things from that movie that I just didn't know.
So much.
Not a whole lot. Just what I knew from Austin Powers from seeing the first one. And that's about it.
That's about it.
Yeah.
Your thoughts going in?
This is going to be stupid. But this is going to be a nice Sunday night distraction, which it was.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's what they're for. What surprised you?
Just how gross that they were going to get.
Fat bastard.
Yeah.
All right. You're going to really love the third one.
It gets worse? I'm not
Well,
going to watch it if it gets worse.
that's relative.
Okay.
Would you have liked it more or less if you saw it when you were younger?
I probably could have handled it better
Like,
if I was younger.
15, 17?
Yeah, I probably would find certain things funnier and other things more tolerable.
All right. What was your favorite part? Should have saved this part for last.
I don't know. The Jerry Springer
There you go.
scene
There you
was
go.
pretty good. I didn't mind that.
Just 1 calorie. Not evil enough.
The worst though, because I know that question is coming
Least favorite part.
up. Probably when Dr. Evil is singing with Mini-Me.
Really?
Yeah.
The fat bastard scene when he's in bed with her.
Well, that's obviously like I'm trying to block that part out. I'm thinking about the rest of the movie. I've spent enough time.
Scott rejected me. C'est la vie.
But that whole
He
scene
sings
when they're
Just
playing
the Two
the
of Us.
piano together and
What
it
if
just-
God was one of us?
Yeah, just now. No.
Blah, blah, blee, blee, blue.
No. Can you hear him laughing in the background right now? You moved away from that mic, but I'm pretty sure everyone can still hear you laughing.
Oh, damn it. That's just great.
I cannot believe you're laughing that hard.
I was 16 when this came out. You know, that's so funny for an idiot kid. And
Well, yeah.
I'm still an idiot kid.
Yeah, so it makes sense. I'm telling you, I'm not kidding. He snorted like multiple times yesterday, just laughing so
It was
freaking hard.
uncontrollable.
Yeah.
Would you recommend it to someone who hasn't seen it?
Depends on who it is. Honestly, like this, at this point in my life, I'm probably not going to recommend this movie to a lot of people who have not seen it.
Next two questions don't matter.
Okay.
Watch it again.
Probably
Whether you
not.
like it or not. Stop and watch it if it's on TV.
Absolutely
Whether you
not.
like it or not. Are you happy you watched it?
I am happy I watched it. Now I know way too much about my husband. I
I
don't
love
even
it.
know anymore.
Oh, man. I'm glad I didn't make you watch these in like our first 2 years.
That would be. I'm kind of glad too.
10 years in, gang. 10 years in before I had her watch Austin Powers.
Yeah. That was intense. I feel like the first one I thought was more tolerable and slightly funnier. This just
Well, the first one is I honestly, I don't know. I haven't seen the second one in that long. Apparently, that as we were watching it, it was like, yeah, the first and third one I think I find funnier, honestly, which is a surprise because you know with the second movie usually
the second
I think
is
at the time the second one might have been funnier because the introduction of Fat Bastard just was mind blowing.
Does he show up again?
Oh yeah.
I don't know if I want to watch the third one then.
He was like the biggest character in the world for 6 months
But why?
because it was freaking hilarious.
It was gross.
Yeah, for sure.
No, just no.
I'm not saying it wasn't gross. It was just, you know, I ate a baby.
Like that is just ridiculous. Ridiculous. Like I skipped over all of that just because I was like, no, just no. Nope, not going there.
You keep your money and your mojo, but I get to eat your baby.
That's so weird. I don't know if I can do the third one. We'll see. It's on the list. We'll see.
First of all, it's less of him because it's Gold Member.
Okay.
And
Shouldn't I watch like one of the
we
James Bond
we
movies?
really should get you into some James Bond before
we go any further with
I
this.
should have had you watch at least Dr. No or something before, but we'll watch Goldfinger before we watch Gold Member.
Okay.
That's right.
All right.
There's so many jokes there. I know.
Oh, the
I
wheels
know.
are already turning here.
I know,
All right.
guys, but I've already put her through this. I can't just start firing those off now, too,
No,
okay?
You can't.
There we go. All right. I don't even want to ask if there's anything you want to add or anything we missed for
Nope.
The Spy Who Shagged Me, but there
Nope,
you go.
There's nothing.
Thanks for dealing with that, I guess.
All right. And we'll see what movie it is next week. I feel like it's not going to be
Well, it won't be Gold Member.
No, it won't be.
No, I'll let her wait a little bit before we get to that.
Yeah.
But for real, we will have to do Goldfinger first, just because, so you can at least, I guess, that might have helped too if we had done any James Bond first.
I mean, I get the premises.
Yeah,
You know,
I know
so
you
I
do.
don't think I need it.
I
But
know
we'll
you
see.
do.
We'll see.
All
All right, it's time for Thought of the Day. You can't even do this now.
I can't.
Do it in Dr. Evil's voice. Come on.
Thought of the day.
That was pretty good. You should be proud of that. All right. Are you ready?
Just read it.
Trying to list everything you did in the past week is a good way to show how frequently we really forget things.
Wow. That's a trip.
Yeah, it makes me feel better about when I don't remember so many things. And it's like, oh, okay. That's kind of normal because we really
Wow. That's
don't hold a
mind-blowing.
lot of information there.
That's quite the shift from Dr. Evil to that. Wow.
Yeah. Well, we had to get off that train. I was done riding
Oh
it.
my God. I'm going to go watch that again, honestly.
You're
Never
going to leave
mind.
us with a laugh?
I'm going to do my best. These are just getting worse and worse I gotta find a new jokes outlet, I think.
Okay.
All right. I just have two.
Okay.
You ready? Mm-hmm. I hate it when I mean to buy seedless grapes, but instead I accidentally get, well, Oreos.
Ha 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 ha. That was pretty bad.
I can always tell when they use fake dinosaurs in movies.
That's it.
That's it.
That's it.
They're not right, though.
Those were both
I always know.
so bad. So bad.
I know.
Oh my gosh. If we were still like giving away points and thumbs up and stars and all that, that's like negative 1,000 points. That was horrific.
Well, I didn't want to. It was hard to follow Austin Powers.
No, I think you could have.
Zip it. Let me tell you a little story about a man named Shh.
It's terrible.
All right. That was, I'm a little ashamed of those jokes, to be honest with
You
you.
should
I'm not
be.
going to lie. That is episode 92.
Way to end on a high note.
I know it. All right. Now we're sleeping. So there's
Yeah.
that. Episode 92. That was great. I love putting you through these movies. It is so much fun. My favorite part, though, honestly, is I have been quoting the hell out of Austin Powers for much longer than the 10 years we've been together.
Yes, but for the entire time we've been together.
And the fact that she's never seen him.
So
Nothing.
every time a quote or something that Luke always says comes up, I just slowly turn to him.
There was one specific thing, and I wish I could remember what exactly it was. But when it was said, she looked at me and she was like, son of a bitch.
Yeah.
Just so surprised. And that is my
Like, I
favorite
know
part.
you quote a lot of things.
Yes.
But, oh my gosh.
Not an original thought in my whole body. So there you go. Everything's quoted from somewhere else.
A lot of Austin
And
Powers, though.
Every movie we watch unlocks another thing where Naomi figures out where I got that from.
It's a lot.
The
It's
more
a lot to
clever,
take in.
the bigger stolen it was.
Okay.
How about that?
See? That's what happens when you try to say original thought there.
Nailed it. Going out on a high note. I absolutely love it. We'll see you for episode 93. Not sure what we're going to do. But again, you know damn well it won't be more Austin Powers for now
Nope.
anyway. That's going to do it. We got to get out of here. Don't forget to let us know the social media accounts you're currently obsessed with. Drop those anywhere. Make sure you tag everybody too so we can check those pages out and things like that. Really looking forward to all of those. We'll get to those next week. Until then, have some fun this week and be excellent to each other.
Love you.
Bye.
Bye.